welcome to HipAbility. This is week 3 of Modalities Movement Therapy. I'm Brenda. Today we're going to be working with a foam roller, and you're going to need a circle resistance band as well as a bottle of water to hydrate and plump up the fascial tissue. With these tools, we're going to work on releasing the hips. We're going to work on getting more mobility into the hips. And in order to get more mobility into the hips, we need to look at the gluteus muscles, the biggest muscle group in the body. They are our hip stabilizer muscles. So the stronger the glutes are, the better the range of movement in the hips is going to be, and the better your all-round function of the hips is. In order to get more movement and more mobility into those hips, we need to look at the feet. Working with different lines in the body, we look at the feet, they're connected to the knees, and those are connected to the hips. If the feet are weak, and you've heard of supination, dropping down of the inside of the foot. If that in turn can affect the knees, and in turn that can affect the hips. So if we look at strengthening the feet, and one of the ways you can do that is by walking around barefoot. I will encourage you to walk around without shoes as much as possible, so that you're getting movement into the feet and strengthening those muscles in the feet. That's where we're going to start today, is looking at the feet. Pushing your feet down into the mat, I want you to lift your big toes up, but make sure the four corners of the foot, the four corners are securely put into the mat, so you're not lifting the ball of the foot and rolling the ankles out. Now you're going to drop the big toes, and you're going to lift the little toes up. I want you, if you need to, take the fingers and stretch the toes up in order to get them to cooperate. And practice this, because the more you do this, the easier it becomes, the more movement you get into your feet, and the stronger they become, putting less strain on the knees and in turn the hips. Lift those big toes and push those little toes down. And again, if the big toes are not cooperating, use your hands to manually lift them up and then come up to standing. When we're in this position, I want you to focus on your posture, so relaxing the shoulders, letting the arms hang down the sides. Push the big toes back down, look at your little toes, see what's going on, and come back into a nice open posture. Let's do that 2 more times. I want you to push the big toes, lift the big toes, and push the little toes down. And the last one. Big toes are down, little toes are lifted. Good. For the next one, you might need the support of the foam roller. So I'm going to take my right foot, and I want you to step your left foot forward. So if you see me from the side, I'm standing in a little bit of a lunge position, maybe widen the stance a bit if you can, that'll challenge your balance. And I want you to lift and lower the back heel. Walk through the foot, so push into the ball of the foot. At the same time, I want you to move the front foot. So again, you are walking through the feet, toe heel in the front. Move that. So you're moving that front foot around in a sort of a half circle, not as big maybe. Just move it across the body and just challenge your balance a little bit. You can get a little bit of a walking stance going with the arms, and really focusing on that movement into the back foot. But look up and challenge the balance a little bit. You need to really activate the glutes and walk that front foot across. Let's keep going. 4 more, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Finish in a wide stance with the feet in this position. So you can go into a nice deep lunge now, And I want you to take your hands onto the inside of your back hip, the leg that's at the back. And I want you to push the fingers into the hip, just on the inside of that hip bone. As you bounce deeper into a lunge, I want you to massage up towards the rib cage. So we're loosening up that diaphragm. Just give it a good massage. You can also pinch the skin and pull the skin up towards the rib cage. Get a nice release into that diaphragm. So you continue just bouncing and getting a good release. Tuck the tailbone under so you can really feel that stretch into the front of the leg as well. Focus on your breathing. And come back up. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. Let's take that stance, not too wide, but wide enough that you can challenge your balance. And now lift and lower off the front heel. As you do that, I want you to walk your foot across the body, up and down, walking through the heel at the back, ball to heel at the front. Keep going, looking up. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring the foot into a nice wide stance, a little bit wider than what you were, and you're going to lunge into that position. Tuck the tailbone under. Take the hands onto the inside of the hip bone at the back. And I want you to really apply a nice deep pressure. What this is doing is releasing the diaphragm, but we've got our psoas muscle, which sits in the lower back, that is attached to the diaphragm. So the more we release the diaphragm, using our hands with a bit of massage, again, breathing is important. And tuck, you all know how I like you to focus on that breathing. Getting that nice deep diaphragmatic breath will also release that psoas muscle. So if we're constantly in that stress position, that sympathetic breathing state, we're not going to get deep enough into the diaphragm to release that psoas muscle. So with a little bit of assistance, with some massage, we can help release it and encourage that deep diaphragmatic breathing. Continue to bounce. Pinch the skin if you want to. Otherwise, just a nice deep massage and feel the stretch into the quads as well. Another 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Step the foot up. Maybe give it a good shake. Have a quick sip of water. Let's move on to releasing the quads on the foam roller. Bring your foam roller. Actually, before we get onto the quads, let's release the glutes, and I want you to focus on the inner thighs. So we're sitting on the foam roller. If you see me from this angle, I want you to bring the soles of the feet together. And if you're comfortable in this position, I want you to cross your ankle over your knee. If you're not comfortable in this position, in this turned out position, if there's any tightness in the hips, extend one leg and cross the other. Then you can bend that knee. Now take the elbow and the forearm onto the inner thigh. And I want you to give that inner thigh a nice release there, using that elbow. So you've got the 2 options, in the turned out position and massage. So you're a little bit more open into the hips. If you can get there, give it a good release there. Use the forearm to push the knee down and really open up into the hips. So that massage will get the circulation going as well, getting that movement to open up the hips a little bit more. Use the elbow as well. Gets nice and deep into that release. And stay in this position. Just adjust your bottom leg. Cross the ankle over the knee. So you're lifting the opposite buttock off the mat or off the roller and roll up and down into the lower back and over the glutes. Right down into the lower back and over the glutes. Do another 2, nice. Roll into the lower back and over the glutes. 1 more. Okay, staying in that seated position, let's do the same thing to the other side. Either extending the leg, crossing the knee over, or in the turned out position. Lift the foot up and get the elbow and the forearm onto that inner thigh. Focus a few more minutes time, attention on this area. Good, and crossing the ankle over the knee. Hold onto the foot. In order to get a nice turnout in the hip, take your thumb onto the ball of your big toe, or of the ball of the foot just below the big toe, and you're going to roll. So this will turn the sole of the foot towards you and open up more into the hip. Keep going all the way over the glutes and right into that lower back. Let's move onto the back. Bring the shoulder blades onto the roller. Let's get a nice stretch or release into the shoulder blades. So lift the tailbone. When you're in this position, stay nice and open. So I don't want you to tilt the pelvis under. I want you to stay nice and open and relax the head and the hands. Nice and slowly, all the way down to the base of the shoulder blades with the roller. Focusing on the breathing. Good. And from there, just roll the back onto the mat. Lie your neck on the foam roller. Relax your hands on your belly button and nod the head from side to side. So just getting that occiput ridge, a really nice release. When you're here, push the shoulders down into the mat. Make sure they're free of the roller and in a nice open posture. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock yourself to a seated position. And let's take the foam roller and we're going to bring it onto the front of the legs. Relax your feet on the mat. And I want you to try and roll over the knees if you can, all the way up to the hips. Walk the elbows if you need to. From here, you're going to shift over. I'm moving to the left side of the roller, just to one side of the roller. Now I'm bringing my right knee up onto the roller. Make sure the roller is just below the hip bone on that hip flexor. So you want to bring the right knee up so that you've given enough space for that leg to come up. Come onto the right hand as well, and I want you to take the left knee and open it up as much as possible. And now you're going to pulse that foot away from the center of the body. So the foam roller is underneath the hip bone, and we're focusing on an outward movement. So you should feel a bit of a clicking sensation in that hip if it needs more releasing. Open up the knee as much as possible so you're still on the front of the hip. Pulse that foot out. Keep going. Open up as much as possible. Another 4, 3, 2, and 1. From there, we're going to lie on our side. So keep the foam roller where it is and just rotate onto your side. Drop onto your arm. And you're going to, again, keep the hips stacked. Top hand is supporting you. And a bit of a rocking motion forward and back. A nice lateral stretch, but also a bit of a spiral line movement. Rotating, opening up as much as possible. Good. From there, take your top knee and I want you to bring it onto the foam roller in front of you. Let's extend that top arm and open it up as much as possible. Support the head in the hand. Now you're going to rock, so it's almost like a seesaw. Drop that top hand back behind you, and you're going to seesaw the knee to the foam roller as you rock back and forth. The hip flexor, that line of the body, lateral line of the body is still resting on the foam roller where it was. Rotate. Keep going. 4 more. And 3, 2, and 1. Good. Open up as much as possible there. And let's come forward back onto the mat and the foam roller. Change over to the other side. So the hip flexor is on the foam roller. I'm now on my right hip and my left knee is in front. Coming up onto the left hand and the right elbow is on the mat. Open up the right knee if you're on the same side as me and pulse that foot away from the center of the body. Make sure you're just underneath the hip bone and you're pulsing that leg out, getting that nice release into the hip flexor. Keep going. Seven, 6, 5, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Shift yourself forward to the center of the foam roller and drop onto your arm. Stack the hips and rock yourself forward and back. So try and drop the top foot onto the bottom. Rock forward and back, getting a nice lateral release. Keep going. From there, take the top knee forward, open up that top arm, and we're going to rock a little bit of a seesaw motion, knee and arm. Relax the head in the hand. You can look up to the ceiling, get a little bit of movement into that neck. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 more, 2, and 1. Good. Come back onto your hands and knees. Stretch the upper body. So bring the knees under the hips and reach the arms forward. Keep the knife edge of the hands on the foam roller and chest just bouncing down to the mat. Take a nice deep breath in here. As you breathe out, round the spine. Let's scroll forward again and a nice bounce, breathing in. As you breathe out, tuck and round. Bounce your bum back to your heels. Good. From there, we're going to come back into a supine position. Let's bring the lower back onto the roller. So lying down, lift the tailbone, and we're going to scooch over to, I'm on the right side of the roller, so you're going to come over to one side of the foam roller. Then you're going to bring both knees up over the hips and into our arch position. We're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, I want you to point the knees up to the ceiling. So you're really activating those abdominal muscles and those glutes. If we're going to use momentum, we're not going to activate those core muscles as much as we can. So let's breathe in and breathe out. Point the knees up to the ceiling. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, keep going. And breathe out. Breathing in and breathe out. Really focus on that exhalation. When we're getting the contraction, activate the glutes. Breathe in, arch. Stretch over the diaphragm. You're creating space. Breathe into the space. Breathe out, tuck. Breathe in again and tuck. 4 more, and tuck, and 3, and tuck, 2 more, and breathe out, last one, and breathe out. We're going to continue the same movement. This time you're going to rock the knees towards the extended side of the roller. Breathe in and arch. Breathe out and tuck. So we're targeting more into the oblique muscles in the lateral side. Breathe in, arch. Breathe out, tuck. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you need to bring your hands under your head for support, you can do that as well. What's nice about this position is it's pushing into that sacroiliac spine, giving that area quite a nice release. We're going to do another 8 and tuck. Are you breathing in and breathe out? 7 and tuck, and 6 and tuck. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, we're going to extend the top leg. So you're going to keep the bottom leg bent and extend that top leg into the lateral side. The legs are parallel to the foam roller. Now we're going to, almost like you're turning a key, you're unlocking and rotating, opening up and release. So it's almost like you're unlocking that hip. You should feel the glutes activating in the lateral side, and you're getting a nice rotational movement into that hip. We're going to keep going. Rotate and release. Rotate and release. So we're going to do another 10 and release, and 9 and release, 6 more, and 5, 4 to go, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bend the knee and just rock a few times from side to side. Again, releasing that sacroiliac spine. We're going to come back over to the same side, extend the same leg, and we're going to draw a bit of a circle with the foot. Small circle, and change direction. Good. Bend that knee, and again just a bit of a rocking motion from side to side. Come back to the center, release the feet, shift the foam roller and the upper body, or the body, over to the other side of the foam roller. I'm on the left now, and let's push up to start. Breathing in, we're going to do 8 sets. Breathe out, push the knees up, really tuck and engage the core muscles. Breathe in and breathe out for 3, and breathe out. Breathe in for 4, and breathe out, and 5, and breathe out for 6, breathing out, 7, 8, and you're going to drop the knees over to the extended side of the foam roller, pushing into that lower back, and let's breathe in, arch. Breathe out, tuck. Breathe in and out for 3, and tuck, and 4, and tuck, and 5, 6, 7, and 8. Last, let's just do one more. Tuck it. Coming into that extended position so the top leg is straight, and we're going to turn that key out and in. Open up and release. Turning open and release. For 4 and release. Keep going. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's just do another 4 for 4 and 3. Try drop that shoulder. 2. Last 1. If you need to bend the knees, massage from side to side. Just have a quick release. Go back into that position, and now keeping it in that extended position, circle the foot. Let's change direction. And bend both knees, bringing them back to the center. And let's just rock a few times from side to side again. Hug one knee into the chest, extend the other leg. Holding it in, you're going to draw a little circle with the knee. This is also another great release for that psoas muscle. Let's change direction. And change legs. Hug that knee in, extend the other leg, and drawing a circle with the knee. Feel the stretch in the front of that extended leg. Let's change direction. Good, and both legs in an extended position. And reach the arms next to the ears. Hold it there and stretch out. You're going to breathe in and out through the nose. Try relax into that stretch. Make sure you don't have the foam roller too low down. It's just above the glutes into the lower back. Keep breathing in for 4 counts and exhaling for 4 counts. Breathing in again for the last one. Let's bend the knees, lift the tailbone, and release the foam roller. We're going to stay in the supine position, keeping the feet together now. Open up the knees and bring the foam roller between the knees. In this position, we're now going to rest the head in the hands or rest the head on the mat, and we're going to breathe into an arch position. Breathe out, squeezing the foam roller, tucking the tailbone, and really engaging those deep core line muscles. Scoop the belly in. Breathe in an arch. And squeeze that foam roller. Breathe out, tuck. Breathe in and open. Breathe out, squeeze and tuck. Keep going. Nice deep breath in. Breathe out, squeeze and tuck. Breathe in and breathe out. If you want to stay in this position, you can. If you want to take it a little bit further, getting a little bit deeper into that core line, I want you to bring the feet parallel to the floor, and you're going to squeeze the foam roller and breathe again. So it's a nice deep breath in, into an arch. So you're just supporting the roller where it is now. And as we breathe out, I want you to squeeze the foam roller and almost push the feet away. So you're trying to extend the foam roller or extend the legs and move the foam roller out. And you're tucking, scooping the belly in, breathing in, and breathing out. Really engage those deep core line muscles. Breathing in. Breathing out and pushing away. Squeeze that foam roller with the feet and the knees. Breathing in. Focus on the exhalation. You are going to feel it a little bit into the hip flexors, but we'll give those a good stretch just now. Breathe out. Again, nice deep breath in. And squeeze and breathe out. Do another 4. Nice deep breath in. And squeeze that foam roller and breathe out. 3 to go. And squeeze and breathe out. Another 2. And breathe out. For the last one, breathing in and breathe out. Good. Bend the knees into the chest. Release the foam roller and stretch everything out. Have a nice big yawn. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock yourself to a seated position. Have a quick drink of water. And we're now going to take the resistance band around the knees, just above the knees. You're probably all familiar with that clamp position. So we're going to take the knees to the diagonal, stack the knees, bring the elbow directly underneath the shoulder. Push the ball of the foot into the arch of the bottom foot. And you're going to focus opening up. Let's actually drop down onto the elbow if you're more comfortable in this position. And we're going to work into breathing as well. So when we drop the knee, I want you to focus on breathing in. So we're coming into a bit of an arch. So if you see me from this angle, we're breathing into our arch. The knee is dropped slightly. As you breathe out, you're pushing the knee back and you're scooping the belly in. So breathe into the arch. Breathe out, push the knee back, scoop the belly in. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. So you have got the option of coming up onto the elbow, breathing out. Nice deep breath in. Open up. Oh, we're scooping. We're in the exhalation when we scoop the belly in and breathing in to the arch position. Breathe out, tuck. Breathing in. And again, breathe out to tuck. Breathe into the last one. And breathe out into that tuck. Hold it in the tuck position. Now you're scooping the belly in, so you're pulling the diaphragm back and restricting the amount of breath you can take in. But I want you to still focus on inhaling and for more into the exhalation. Breathing in and breathe out. Breathing in, keep bouncing that knee back. 4 more. Breathing in and breathing out. Another 2 and breathe out. Finish off with 1 more and breathe out. Bring the knees together. Now we are going to come up onto the elbow if you aren't already, and we're going to focus on a spiral movement. So the arm is up, the knee is open, and you're lifting up and pushing up off that elbow. We're going to drop the hand and scoop it underneath the armpit. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice deep breath in and breathe out. Keep going, breathing in and breathe out. 3 more and breathe out. Another 2 and breathe out. And again, breathe in and breathe out. The more you engage the glutes, the less you're going to feel it in that shoulder. Let's take the knee now down. As the arm goes up, I want the knee down. As the knee goes back, I want the arm down. Breathe in for 1. Breathe out. Breathe in for 2. Breathe out. Drop onto your hip if you are taking any strain in the shoulder, but we want to use those core muscles. 3 more. And breathe out. 2 more. And breathe out. And the last one. And again, breathe out. Rest that top hand in the palm of the bottom hand and pulse that knee back. Breathing in and out. 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. Good. And release. Good. Let's go over to the other side. So those glutes should really feel activated. So we're starting off, let's all start off on the elbow. You can move up into a lifted position if you want to. From there, breathing into your arch, rest the ball of the foot in the arch of the bottom foot. And as you scoop, that's when you're going to push the knee back and you're scooping the belly in. This is on your exhalation. Breathe in and breathe out. Just a small release of the knee. Breathing in and breathe out. For 4 and breathe out. For 5 and breathe out. For 6 and breathe out. For 7 and breathe out. And the last one and breathe out. Hold it there and pulse, pulse, pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Good. Drop down. Let's come up onto the elbow and we're going to come into that lifted position and move into that spiral movement. So let's start off with the knee and the arm open, breathing in, squeezing the glutes so you're taking less strain in the shoulder, less weight into the shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice deep breath in and breathe out. Breathing in for 4 and breathe out. And 5 and breathe out. For 6 and breathe out. For 7. The last one and breathe out. Good. So as the knee goes down, the arm goes open. As you breathe out, the arm drops and the knee opens. Breathe in and breathe out. For 3 and breathe out. For 4 and breathe out. 4, 5. And breathe out. 3 to go. And 7. The last one. And 8. Good, hold it there and pulse. 2, that backward movement you're focusing on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good, well done. Come onto the knees and just pull back, keeping the band where it is, into that child's pose. If you can, relax your forehead on the mat. If you can't, bring one hand on top of the other, bending the elbows, and release the forehead onto the hands. Try extend the arms if possible. And breathing in for 4 counts, breathing out for 4 to 6 counts. Open up the knees as well if you need to. That should help you get a bit deeper into the release. Good. Coming up onto the hands and knees, curl the toes under, lifting the knees, but keep the knees bent. I want you to bounce back into a nice hip stretch, lower back stretch. You'll feel the quads activated. Just relax the head. Now straighten the knees and bounce into one side, bend and bounce into the other side. Do it again. And the last one. Good, keeping the band where it is. Walk your hands back to your feet. Hang out there and just relax and bounce. Take a nice deep breath in and curl through the spine. So keep the band where it is. Just have a quick drink of water. We're going to focus into our sumo squats. So just taking the feet apart, and I want you just to test your range of movement. Try keep the knees slightly turned. Well, you're going to push against the resistance band. So you want to keep the feet slightly turned out, and that's going to turn the knees out. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in and breathe out. Push the knees away and breathe out. And one more. And breathe out. Good. Bring the feet together. Bring the band onto the big toes. So you're going to stay in standing. Right on the nail of the big toes. And I want you to turn the toes in and the heels out. And we're going to rise up and down onto the balls of the feet. So I just want you to feel what area of the foot is activated, obviously also into the line of the body. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the legs as they are and just rock a little bit from side to side. So getting that movement all the way up the leg. Now try keep the feet where they are and just bring them parallel, so you're turning out a little bit more. And we're going to do the same thing. I want you to use those core muscles to help you control a nice lift and lower. Keeping the resistance in the band. You're really activating that deep core line. The big toe is part of that deep core line. Moves into the arch all the way up the inside of the legs. Pulse. Do another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And again, lifting the one heel and rocking from side to side. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Keep the band where it is. Heels will come slightly closer together. And we're going to lift and lower for 2 and 3, 4, 5. Keep going. 6, 7, and 8. Lift and rock. So now a little bit more tricky because you haven't got much range of movement to work with. So lock the knees, pull up from the hips, keep going. Let's do another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's take the band back above the knees. We're going to go back into that sumo squat, and we're going to add a few moves to either side of the mat. So we're going to turn the feet out, slide ever so slightly, sort of a 45-degree angle with the feet, breathing in as you squat down, and breathe out. Hopefully you'll feel that range of movement has improved. Nice deep breath in, and breathe out. Keep going. 4, 5. And breathe out. And 3 more. 2 more. You're going to hold it in the squat position. And you're going to pulse 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From there we step 2, 3, 4. Small movements. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. From there, breathing out as you come up. Let's breathe in. Push the knees apart. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Let's do another 4. Breathing in. And 3. Breathing in. 2 more. Breathing in. And the last one. Breathing in. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stepping side. 2, 3, 4. Other side. 4, 3. Try stay down. And 1. Good. Breathing it out. Nice deep breath in on the way down. Breathing out. Breathing in. For 3. Breathe in. And 4. Nice deep breath in. Keep going. And 3. 2 more. Breathe in. Last one. Stay down. Pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. To the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do 2 more sets. Breathing in. Breathing out as you come up. Nice deep breath in. And breathe out. Breathing in. And breathe out. Nice deep breath in. 3. Breathing in. Breathing in. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. Last one, you're going to hold down. Again, you pulse it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, step aside. 1, 2, 3, 4, to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last set, breathing out. Nice deep breath in. For 2 and 3. 4 more. And 3. 2 more. And the last one. Hold it in that squat. Pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take it aside. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And pull up. Let's bring the band off the legs. Give them a good shake. We're going to stretch down onto the mat now. Have a quick drink of water. So we're going to step at the back to the back of the mat. Take a nice deep breath in. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Open up. Roll down through the spine. And you're going to walk forward into a plank position. Now I want you to hold it in the plank position. If you need to drop onto the elbows, do so. But I want you to push the heels back and tuck the tailbone under. So we're focusing on the core. Keep the hands directly under the shoulders. Spread the fingers out, or the elbows if you're on the elbows. Focus on your breathing. From here, if you need to drop onto the knees, do so. Otherwise, I want you to slowly bend the elbows and lower yourself down to the mat. Bring your right hand under your forehead. And you're going to bring your left foot into your left hand. And you're going to breathe in. Give the quads a good stretch. We were using them now with those squats. And release. Again, a nice deep breath in. And breathe out. Last 2. And breathe out. For the last one, nice deep breath in. And breathe out. Good, let's do the same thing with the left hand under the forehead and the right foot in the right hand. Nice deep breath in. Push up and lift and breathe out. If you can't quite reach the foot, then use a resistance band. Let's breathe in again. And breathe out. Another 2. Nice deep breath in. And breathe out. For one more, nice deep breath in. And breathe out. Bring the hands next to the shoulders, just slightly ahead of the chest. And coming into a lifted position, bring the big toes down into the mat if you can. And I want you to breathe in. Open up. Just nod the head from side to side. You're engaging those glutes. Breathing out. We're just going to do another 3. A nice deep breath in. Open up. Relax the shoulders. Try and pull them down, back and down. And release. Last 2, nice deep breath in. And anyone taking any strain in the lower back, you're going to stay on the elbows. So your option is to not come up as high. Make sure you're engaging the glutes and release. Good. From there, relax your forehead on your hands and just wiggle your hips from side to side. Bring your hands next to your chest, tuck your chin, pull back into child's pose. Resting your forehead back on the mat or on the hands. Open up the knees and the feet, so nice open position that you can sit well into. Lying on your back in a supine position, hug the knees into the chest, open up the arms, and again, like we did on the foam roller, I want you to drop your knees to one side, and I want you to take the top hand in the bottom, a top wrist in the bottom hand, and pull yourself over into a bit of a spiral stretch. You can bounce, you can extend the top leg and bounce the arm and the leg into a bit of a stretch. Let's come to the center, do the same thing to the other side. Lengthen the top leg, take the top wrist in that bottom hand and pulse. Good, open up the arms and rock the knees from side to side. Come back to the center when you're ready. Bring the feet flat. Lift the arms next to the ears, and I want you to push the pelvis up, so feet apart, knees apart. Push the pelvis up. And breathe. I want you to watch your belly button rise and fall. As you breathe nice and deeply into that diaphragm. Last one, nice deep breath in and breathe out. Roll down through the spine, extend your legs, stretch your arms, shake everything out. Hug the knees to the chest and rock yourself to a seated position. And let's just feel the shoulders. Feel the rotation, feel the neck, just reach up and stretch, do it again, rotate the head, circle the shoulders up and back, take a nice deep breath in, and breathe out. Good. Well done, and thank you for joining me.